Appendix 1, Rhythms of Prayer. The fervent call for revival in the final chapter of this book is not merely wishful thinking. God has poured out His Spirit and moved among cities and nations in times past, stirring up the church and drawing countless thousands to salvation. But He can do it right here as well, in your city, in your country. God usually sends revival on the waves of united, fervent, persistent prayer. The great known revivals that have left the most indelible marks on past generations grew in the fertile soil of prayer closets and prayer groups and praying churches, often through months and years of cultivation among believers who refused to stop believing that God would hear and respond. That's why a number of ministries and churches today are championing a united rhythm of prayer, inspired by what was known centuries ago as concerts of prayer. These involved willing individuals and groups who would commit to regular cycles of prayer, which would then spread to other places where people were following a similar schedule. God responds to the surrendered, repentant, expectant hearts of His people, and He blesses and moves even more when we're working together. Consider rallying your church to adopt the following rhythm of prayer in the days ahead. Weekly prayer, individually. At least once a week, whether alone or in a small group, set aside a particular time to pray specifically for revival in your family, in your church, and spiritual awakening in the nation. Pray for the effective preaching and active living of the Word throughout your city during that week. Monthly prayer, church-wide. Preferably as an entire church body, but at least as a home group, Bible study class, or larger prayer meeting, come together at least once a month in a special meeting for the sole purpose of praying for revival and spiritual awakening. Quarterly prayer, community. Consider gathering once a quarter with multiple churches in your area, uniting in prayer for an enormous day, evening, or afternoon of prayer for the spiritual needs of your city. Even if not able to gather together in a central location, simply the understood awareness that churches all over your community are going to be praying together about the same thing at the same time would be a powerful experience and effort. Yearly praying, nationally. The National Day of Prayer, the first Thursday of May in the United States, offers an annual opportunity for believers across the country to focus as one on revival and repentance, coast to coast. Don't let this day slip up on you or become lost in the day's business. Carve out this time to pray fervently with Christians for revival and awakening in our land.